Nicole Smith from Blood and Iron Martial Arts, and today I'd like to show you some disarms with the rapier. The rapier is known primarily as a thrusting and cutting weapon, not really for its grappling, but like any martial art, there is a time and a place to close in on your opponent and strip them of their weapon. For this first technique, we're going to be using the single sword. As your opponent comes in for his thrust, you're going to parry with your hand high and your tip low. You're going to reach under your sword, take a step forward, and grab the hilt of his. As you pull back and disarm him, bring your sword to his throat for a cut, and follow it up with a stab to his face. This particular technique also works very well off of a cut coming in to your left side. As the cut comes in again, I'm going to parry with my hand high and my tip low, reach through to grab his hilt, same cut, same stab. Now continuing with the single sword, this time I'm going to be reaching over my sword rather than under it. As my opponent comes in for his thrust, I'm going to make that same parry, only this time my hand is low. Instead of reaching under, I'm going to step forward and reach over. At the same time, I wrench the sword out of his hand. I'm going to line myself up for the thrust, like so. Now for this last technique, we're going to be using a sword and dagger. And you may be wondering, how are you going to disarm somebody when both your hands are full? Let me show you. We're going to start in a third guard position, and we're going to do something to make him disengage around our sword. As he does so, you're going to come forward with both your sword and your dagger and put pressure on his sword. You're literally going to use this as a lever to wrench it out of his hand. Now he's got two choices. He can either let go or break his wrist. And notice how this channels really nicely straight into his throat. Now remember, there are plenty of other ways you can disarm your opponent with a rapier, but I hope you enjoyed the ones you saw. If you did, please like and subscribe. And a big thank you to our Patreon supporters, without whom this would not be possible. If you enjoyed what you saw and you'd like to participate in a class at Blood and Iron, check out the link below for more information. And remember, if you don't put in the training, you won't get the result.